All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the first joint practice between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets just wrapped up. There's a lot of stuff to get into here. But before we dive into the practice, I did want to touch on the injuries for a second. No LaMarcus Joyner, no Bryce Huff, no Quinnen Williams. All three of those players were off to the side working separately. As far as Dwayne Brown goes, still not in team drills. Okay, now clearly a late signing, a summer signing, so you got to work a player in like that slowly, especially if he is a veteran and Dwayne Brown is up there in age. So for me personally, although there is no set timetable on when Dwayne Brown will start practicing like a full-time starter, I'm expecting early next week post Falcons preseason game. Now, one of the bigger storylines from the practice was the fact that there was a lot of fighting, small little skirmishes. Supposedly there was a lot of jawing, and at one point, punches were being thrown. And according to Orlando Ledbetter, they actually had to stop practice. Arthur Smith actually spoke to the New York Jets circle to kind of calm everything down. So the fighting at Jets camp, it's not some rare occurrence. I want to say this is practice number 4 or 5 where there's been fighting. And, look, I get it, right? Joint practice setting, hot summer day, you're finally going up against another team, competition levels high, energy, effort, everything is like maxed out. There's going to be some smack talk, there's going to be some pushing, shoving, some extracurricular activity. I get that completely. So to me, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but for the Jets to again have 4, 5, maybe even 6 practices now where there's fighting, and it's not just like a one-handed push and then that's it and that's labeled a fight, like where there's legitimate fighting. It's a little concerning, but again, because it's a joint practice setting, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, we just saw New England and Carolina just go through the motions just a couple days ago with all their fighting and everything like that. So to me, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Now, from the sound of things, the Jets were totally impressive today. Joe Flacco supposedly lit it up. He was spreading the football around, getting numerous people the football. Garrett Wilson a couple of times. He had a great practice. Corey Davis, CJ Uzomah, Elijah Moore had a really big play. Braxton Berrios caught a touchdown pass. At one point, Joe Flacco led an 8-play, 60-yard unscripted touchdown drive. Are you kidding me? That's what you want to hear as a Jet fan. Zach Wilson goes down. It's looking like it's going to be Joe Flacco in week 1 against the Ravens. These reps are huge for Joe, for this offense, for Mike LaFleur, for everybody to get on the same page, everybody to build that chemistry. Because look, at the end of the day, the Jets don't have a lot of time left before the start of the regular season. Now, all of a sudden, because of an injury, we might have a change at the quarterback position. Luckily for the Jets, Joe Flacco's been there, done that before. He's a veteran, a Super Bowl champion. He's seen tons of great defenses. He's came up clutch, came up in big spots and delivered for those Ravens offenses. Those 3rd, 4th down plays, those 2-minute drives in the 4th quarter, away in playoff games. Joe Flacco showed up and he's went out there and he's had success. Okay, so I feel really good about the quarterback position, about the offense under Joe Flacco's guidance and tutelage here. Okay, so to hear that he's having a really good training camp, and specifically today a really good training camp practice against the Atlanta Falcons, it's exactly what you want to hear for a Jet fan. Now, one of the really cool things about joint practices, one of the main reasons why I love them, is the fact that in a normal practice, if the defense is having a great day, that means the offense is struggling, the offense can't move the football, they're turning it over, they're getting sacked, whatever the case may be. Vice versa, if Joe Flacco's throwing, multiple touchdowns, just completing every pass he throws, then you have to look to the defense and say, what's going on here? Are the players just getting burned? Like, what's happening? In joint practices, that's not the case. And today, the offense and the defense had great days. Okay, I mean, we take a look at the defensive side of the football. Carl Lawson had a sack on Marcus Mariota. Jermaine Johnson had 2 sacks, one of which came on a 4th and 10. So it was a great defensive stand towards the tail end of practice. Sauce Gardner had a pick. The pass defense was pretty solid all day. There were numerous guys that were getting their hands involved and swatting away passes. Man, I can't tell you how good it feels to hear that the Jets, A, had a really good practice, but B, it was a complete effort. I mean, we had other guys stepping up too, like Denzel Mims at the end of practice had a really nice grab. Breece Hall had like a 70 to 75 yard touchdown run where it was like an outside run. He just beat the defense and really showed off his speed. I'm just totally excited. Will it carry over to tomorrow? Hopefully. Again, I really like Atlanta. It's a young football team. Arthur Smith, I feel like, is one of the more underrated head coaches. I felt like he did a lot last year with not a ton on that football team. You know, you look at the defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, a guy who historically I've been a big fan of. So I'm excited to see how the Falcons bounce back for sure. I mean, they have so much young talent with Terrell, with Pitts, and even Ritter. You know, Ritter, I know he's a round 2 guy, but, you know, when I look at Desmond, he possesses a lot of really, really good traits. I could see him starting some games this season for the Falcons. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And by the way, if you actually happen to go to the practice, because today was open to the fans, let me know how it was. You know, I've seen saw a couple videos on Twitter, and I have a buddy that went. He sent me over a video of the Breece Hall run. But yeah, let me know how it was down below in the comment section. I appreciate you watching, and as always, go Jets.